It really is a crime what has happened to these three films that I want to tell you about today. Hello everybody, welcome to Moose and the Movies. I have a triple feature for you, three excellent crime films from around the turn of the century that seem to have vanished from the culture. Two of these films never did really find much of an audience, while another was a hit in its day but doesn't get much love now. I was a big fan of these movies when they landed, and all have been in my now dormant DVD collection for about a quarter century. They don't collect much dust, though, as I do pull them off the shelf frequently. Unfortunately, it's tough these days to find any of them out in the wild. They're out there, but you might need to do a bit of digging to unearth one of these hidden gems. So grab your best detecting tools, and I'll tell you about these movies that would be worth your while to go find. This is not a ranking of any sort. I'll present these to you in chronological order, starting with the earliest release. Go, 1999, directed by Doug Liman. Critics loved this frantic crime comedy, but for some reason, Go never found much of an audience. That's a shame, as it really is a fun romp out of the Pulp Fiction mold. It features charming performances from a number of fresh faces who became stars in the following years. Katie Holmes and Sarah Polley get caught up with Timothy Oliphant in a drug deal that goes awry. Jay Moore and Scott Wolf get deeper and deeper into trouble after they get snagged in an undercover operation. And Desmond Askew and Taye Diggs find a heap of trouble on a weekend outing to Las Vegas. Along the way, we also run across familiar faces like William Fichtner and Jane Krakowski, and we get a fantastic scene featuring Melissa McCarthy in her feature film debut. This was director Doug Liman's follow-up to his hugely successful indie release, Swingers. Go was unquestionably an artistic success. Maybe it was that badly timed April release. Perhaps that stupid title had something to do with it. But for whatever reason, Go was a box office bomb, and it never got a decent home video release. It is not on any streaming service, free or subscription. A DVD and a Blu-ray are long out of print. It's only really available these days as a digital rental or purchase. Good movie, lousy marketing. I'll have a little more for you on Go next week. Nurse Betty, 2000, directed by Neil LaBute. There's a lot going on in Nurse Betty, a twisted comedic drama from playwright and film director Neil LaBute. Boil all of it down, and there are two ingredients here that make this movie eminently watchable. First is the devastating lead performance by Renee Zellweger as small-town waitress Betty Sizemore. Betty suffers a severe mental breakdown that leads her on a cross-country road trip to recapture lost love, or so she imagines. Second is the brilliant pairing of Morgan Freeman and Chris Rock as a father and son assassin team. These two opposing personalities annoy the hell out of each other as they tail Betty in search of a missing shipment of drugs. Zellweger provides the heartbreaking drama in a Golden Globe-winning performance that kicked off her run to superstardom. Freeman and Rock are entertaining as hell, bouncing off each other in the B-plot that could have been its own movie in itself. Zellweger and Freeman do eventually share a scene in the third act that will rip your heart out. Crispin Glover, Tia Chachada, Greg Kinnear, and Allison Janney also are here for strong support. This movie is damn near perfect. The team of John C. Richards and James Flamberg provided the screenplay, which won that category at the Cannes Film Festival. This story, full of impossible coincidences and misdirections, could have crumbled into ash with one wrong move. But LaBute and his team pulled it off expertly, with only a couple of minor stumbles near the end. My only real problem with Nurse Betty is that the epilogue felt clumsy and anticlimactic, leaving me groaning a little as the end credits rolled. That cost Nurse Betty that last half star in my Letterboxd rating. Seek it out. Like Go, it's a tough one to find outside of the digital copy route. It's never been released beyond DVD, and even that it is long out of print. It is not on any free or subscription streaming services. Novocaine, 2001, directed by David Atkins. Novocaine was a nice little Steve Martin vehicle that got buried right out of the gate in the wake of the 9/11 tragedy. First-time director David Atkins landed a prime slot at the Toronto International Film Festival for its premiere on November 8, 2001. But distributor Artisan Entertainment had no chance to give this odd movie the marketing it probably needed. Novocaine got dumped into a limited release theatrical run in mid-November, and it was gone by Thanksgiving. I'm proud to say I was one of the handful of people who did see it on the big screen, and I loved it. I snatched up the DVD when it was released in April 2002, and I've been holding on to that thing for dear life. I checked not long ago, and I have not worn it out just yet. Martin is straight-laced, buttoned-up dentist Dr. Frank Sangster in this offbeat film noir send-up. Laura Dern is his dedicated hygienist, who also happens to be his sexy fiancée. Helena Bonham Carter brings her best Marla Singer to her role as a manipulative imp who stirs things up when she comes in for a root canal. Dr. Sangster misses a dinner date with his fiancée because he's tied up with his new patient. He gets a visit from the DEA after narcotics go missing, and he goes into hiding after he stumbles over a corpse in his living room. Kevin Bacon soon turns up as a method actor practicing police interrogation techniques. Things really spin out of control after that. This movie is bonkers. Martin brings his comedic A-game, spreading little white lies and normalizing every outrageous thing that happens. He always cracks me up when he does that shtick. Dern and Carter both are fabulous femme fatales, and Bacon is a kick as usual. 4 stars for me. I really wish this movie had a higher profile. It deserves it, and I would have liked to have seen David Atkins have another go, but he's been nowhere to be found since Novocaine. Novocaine actually does have a streaming presence on subscription service Starz. It's never been released on Blu-ray, and the DVD edition is a tough one to find these days. However, it is a discount title for digital purchase on most platforms. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope you go check out at least one of these titles. Let me know in the comments if you like these movies as much as I do. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon.